Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to somebody new. It's Kian.
Yep.
And Kian, we're going to ask you real quickly to tell us a little bit, not quickly, you tell us, take as much time as you want. Tell us a little about it. He just started, let me say this. We don't hire a lot of mechanics because we're freaking picky as crap. But we're always looking for good mechanics, but it takes a long time to work yourself in here. Sometimes though we hire guys and they don't work out, and that's okay. They've got some experience here. But Kian, I know you've got a lot of experience. Why don't you tell me about where your experience is, and been working with your dad for a long time?
Yeah. So I worked with my dad. That was the last shop I worked at. Worked with him for, oh man, that's the only job I ever had. Just left only because I just felt I needed a change. You know, he's still my dad. I still love him. I would go, if he called me with help, I still go help him. There was no bridges burnt coming up here. But wanted a little more experience, something different that Dave and the crew can offer me that I couldn't get with my dad.
So what we do, his first day on the job is today. Welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
And we threw him in the deep end. We just tossed him right in the pool. And we gave him a no start on a sprinter. And I said, have you seen many of these sprinters? And he's like, a little bit. And we work on a ton of these old sprinters. And why don't you walk me through kind of what you found on this and how you diagnosed the no start? Was it intermittent? Tell me what the customer complaint was first.
The customer complaint was that the vehicle would not start unless they jumped it. I walked out in the parking lot, the vehicle started up and came in the shop.
Without jumping it?
Without jumping it,
okay.
Yeah. Got it in here, so I started testing the battery.
Great.
And battery tested great, so I went to start it to check the charging system, and then it wouldn't start.
Okay, slow down here because I'm going to ask some questions. Remember everybody, and Kian will learn this, and I'm sure his dad's probably explained it to him this way. We have condition, cause, correction, confirm. In fact, it's on my shirt today. Look at that. I'm flexing. Condition, cause, correction, confirm. So the condition is basically, intermittent no start or had to be started. And so the first thing you're going condition. What's the cause? Checking the battery is great. So you load tested it, and it passed the load test.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then check for voltage drop. Your terminals look good. Your grounds look good. So that's good. And then so then you check the charging system.
Well, I actually couldn't even check the charging system because I went to start it and then it wouldn't start.
But it's got a good battery. Okay, good.
Yep, so I did put a jumper pack on there, just like the customer said. When you do that, then it would start, and it still wouldn't start.
Okay.
So
that's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, actually, that is a wonderful thing, because you're like, please stay broke till I figure out what's wrong.
Well, and actually have the concern here while it's at the shop.
Yeah.
Yep. So then Tyson helped me. We checked for power at the starter while cranking.
Okay.
We had no power.
Okay, when you say you had no power, so the crank signal wasn't getting. You had power. You had battery voltage to the starter. No voltage drop at the heavy the terminal, but your crank wire, nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Okay, that would be the best way to check it. So then it goes through a Prindle switch, right?
Yep.
And then a relay.
So
I'm guessing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I checked everything at the relay.
Okay.
I would check the Prindle switch and all that.
Okay.
And everything at the relays works good.
Okay.
So then tested everything. Everything's good. Can bypass the relay with the jumper, and the vehicle will crank. Okay, so we'll take the power probe and actuate the starter manually. We know the starter itself is good, and the problem is in the wiring or the relay.
Okay.
But, so we need to get a new relay for it to just try that and then retest everything from there.
So you think it's a bad relay. You jumped the relay and it works. So the relay and your ground and your power at your relay, did you check?
Yep.
Is it a 5-pin or a 4-pin relay?
4-pin.
4-pin relay. You checked your power and your ground.
At all 4 pins.
Okay. Probably got a bad relay. Where is the relay?
It's right here under
Grab
the
it.
seat.
Now, before I look at this relay, in my brain I'm thinking, remember, God gave us 5 senses. One of them is smell. And you can, there you go. Look at this. See, did you see what he just did? His daddy taught him good. Doesn't really smell that burn, does it?
It doesn't.
You got a pocket screwdriver? And guys, the wiring schematic on all these, this is pretty, right there's your schematic of how that relay works. So that is what's energizing and going down to the crank wire. So sometimes what I like to do when I think I got a bad relay is I like to know why things don't work. Do we have another 4-prong relay in there?
There isn't. There's only 5 prongs.
Ah, that's always nice. If you get another relay, just swap them out.
Absolutely.
You know, so you already know all these tricks, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Your dad, I'm so happy, dude. I'm so happy that all these tricks you already know. We don't have to teach you anything. Why don't you grab that so
Absolutely.
I don't see if I can get this last one here and get it out of there for you. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing.
Well, it's not burned shut.
The one thing I have seen when they look good, because they have the little electromagnet that moves the
Uh-huh.
contact,
Yes.
is that'll go bad and you won't see anything. So,
And the contact in here looks pretty charred, actually. There's a pretty good burn spot.
oh, there is.
Yeah, the contact in here. If you've got a good power in the ground and then your crank signal and it's not coming through there and then it doesn't crank, I'd hold the key in the position and then do that and then see if it cranks.
Okay.
You know, I would physically operate the relay
Okay.
and just, with it apart like that and then see if that's kind of another way you could confirm, yeah, I got a bad relay.
Okay. Well, let's do that right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Can you actually get your fingers on that relay?
I can.
Oh, it's easy. It's right here.
Okay, I'm holding.
You holding?
Yep. Go.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, so the relay's burned. You won't be able to see it in the video, but the contacts are burned on that relay. So again, just a little trick. We'll get a new relay, and we'll see if that takes care of it.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, I heard we got you a second relay.
Yep. So this relay actually tests good this time.
Okay.
With that, I got it to crank for about 30 seconds,
Uh-huh.
but it wouldn't start, and then it just stopped cranking altogether.
So it's still intermittent and acting funny.
Exactly.
So I would tell you, have you checked your powers and your grounds yet at that relay?
Yes.
And,
So
and are you losing them or something? Because that's weird. So intermittently, we're losing power at one of those pins. Which pin is it?
pin 86
Oh,
right here.
Okay, cool. So you pulled your die. And where does that pin go to?
So this one goes to the fuel pump relay,
Uh-huh.
which took me a while to find out what it is.
So that's not that relay's not down in this fuse box?
It's actually that yellow one right next
all
to
the way.
it.
Okay.
86 here doesn't have power, and go up here to 85 on that one,
Uh-huh.
and it doesn't have power, which
Okay.
comes over here from the ECM. So then I grabbed the scan tool. I was like, well, maybe we got codes, maybe there's something freaked out.
Right. Maybe we got a bad ECU or something like that.
Yeah,
I got you.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
So I connected the scan tool,
Uh-huh.
and there was no communication.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's when I was,
So now you do have a power ground problem, but it's not there. It's somewhere
Well,
up the line.
and I'm honestly,
It's up the river, so to speak.
yeah, well, and we could still have a bad computer, and I'm over here trying to find that out.
Okay.
There's a relay right here in this
Yeah, everybody, look, I want to show you. This is and now you don't know this because I know you haven't worked on many of these.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem, bro. That's a problem on the Sprinters. These go bad. These main fuse blocks here.
Mm-hmm.
So you might find the problem in there. But I mean, so is that where you're headed? Is that why you got this all tore down?
Exactly, that's where
Okay.
I'm headed. So there's this relay right there. You can see the gray one right there.
Uh-huh.
And it is this relay right here that
Yeah.
turns on to these,
All those fuses.
yeah, to all
So
these
all
different,
those. Yeah. Okay.
to turn on the ECM, which is what supplies
Ah.
the power.
Okay.
And it runs over here to fuse 16 and 17. It's two right here.
Okay.
They don't have power either. So now I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that relay.
And when it cranks, you do have power.
When it cranks, I do.
You have power everywhere where you need it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let you finish up, but my history, the old hard drive here, is telling me you're going to have a bad fuse box here.
Okay.
That's not an uncommon thing, but verify that because that's what good mechanics do. We don't hunt with the shotgun, we hunt with the rifle. Verify that, and then let me know.
Okay.
Thanks, dude.
Many, many minutes later.
Dude, I'm getting ready to go home, and I was hoping I'd get some good news. The guys told me that they ordered a part for you on this. Did you get this thing fixed?
I did.
Oh my gosh! And what did it end up being?
It was just like you thought. That fuse box right there was bad. It
and
was.
where's the old one?
The only one's right here in
Here.
the box.
OE part, Mercedes-Benz. and it was this. It's working great now.
Yes. As soon as I put that in and put the
So this is the old one.
all together, yeah,
Okay.
that's the old one. Fired right up.
So you had to take all the fuses and all the relays out. It came like this, and that's the new one in there.
Yep.
Prove to me this thing starts, bro. Every time, without fail. Oh yeah, baby, I love it. Okay, cool. You know what I want to do real quick? I want to open this up. I've never opened one up since it's fixed and everything. I want to open one up and see if we can find out like what is causing it, because it's in a spot. It's not got water issues,
No.
you know, and I don't smell anything burned up. But I'm gonna just take it apart for just because I love to know.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
There's that.
You know,
And I also got this that's even better. They're little pocket pry bars if you want.
this is like people want to know, why do you do this? Because this reminds me when I was a little boy and I wanted to know why my digital clock didn't work. I wanted to know why my radio didn't work. I was never able to fix them, but I always like to tear them apart.
You ever tear your toys apart to figure out
Heck
how
yeah.
they work?
Heck yeah, dude.
Even when they were fully functional and then they weren't after?
Oh yeah, didn't you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Drive your parents nuts.
Exactly.
But my parents, God rest their souls, both said, you know, years ago before they passed away, that they had forgiven me because they saw that it actually was a good thing. That, you know, all that curiosity gave me a life. So that was good.
I think almost anyone that fixes things later in the life, that's where it started.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. Yeah, I just wanted to know how things worked. You know, I did one time, dude. Me and my dad. My dad was an electronics technician in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was a radar technician, you know. He was on ship a lot, but when he would come home, we'd do things. But there was a company called Tandy Leather Company, and it was Radio Shack. It was also owned Tandy. And back in the day, this is way before you were born, you could buy a kit and build like a TV or a shortwave radio, you know. And me and my dad built a TV together.
Wow.
Yeah, and it worked.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed that with my dad. I'm a little impatient here. I don't care that I'm breaking things because I just want to get it open. But yeah, this isn't allowing me. Oh, we got to slide that out of there.
Use that guy instead?
Yeah, pry that out of there. There you go. Good. Thank you. So how are we going to get the rest of this out of there? Let's undo that stud right there.
Oh, wow. It's kind of crazy looking.
It's probably, look at how they build this in layers. Anyway, I don't see anything obvious. Mercedes-Benz electrical engineers or whoever's building these, what's the problem with them? Anybody ever actually taken one of these apart and figured out? There's a big old IC printed circuit board. You can see some of the circuitry in there. But I don't really see or smell an issue. But anyway, be aware of that on these sprinters. These do go bad.